Hey guys, Rich here, and today we're going to fly to a treehouse and make a ribeye with a board sauce. We have 2 yellow cubs in front of us. Beautiful day. It's been probably 2 weeks since we had some weather that was quite this nice. So there are a couple other people out here too. That cub in the front won grand champion at Oshkosh 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. So good to see it flying instead of being in a hangar queen.
Hey, CR Mike, do you have a radio at all? I'm just getting a lot of static and feedback on there, Pete. So feel free to take off with us, flight of 2, and we're going to fly south and we're going to follow the river west. Sorry, I just cannot read. Just follow us as best you can and should be fun. Oh, that's better, much better, whatever you did that time. I'm holding the radio up away from the frame of the airplane. That did it. Lone Rock traffic, Yellow Cub taking off. Niner will be southbound, Lone Rock.
So the Cub that was having trouble with the radio doesn't have a starter, doesn't have an electrical system, so he's using a handheld, and that's why he was getting that interference. But he said he was holding it up. I saw up in front there, he was actually holding the radio like in the center of the cockpit away from the metal frame.
Lone Rock traffic, Yellow Cub, 5 Sierra Mike, departing Niner, Lone Rock.
Lone Rock traffic, Orange Mall, positioning runway 09, Lone Rock.
Lone Rock traffic, Yellow Cub, 5 Sierra Mike, left crosswind, Niner, Lone Rock.
Lone Rock traffic, Orange Mall, left crosswind 09, Lone Rock.
Okay. I'm at your 6 Pete, about, third of a mile.
And Cub traffic at Lone Rock, I'm just passing you guys on your left so that you can make that right turn onto the river, and I'll be departing the pattern to the southwest.
Yellow Cub 5 Sierra Mike, I'm going to make a 360 just west of the airport, Lone Rock.
And Cub traffic's at Lone Rock, the mall is past you and departing the pattern. Have a good rest of the day, guys.
Roger that, thank you, nice to meet you. You want
So they're going to go play on the river here. I can't say I blame them for that. It is beautiful. For me, though, I have a steak calling me. Lone Rock is the airport that I just took off out of, and it's got a fairly interesting bit of aviation history. Long time ago, there was a flood on the river, and there was a woman on the south side of the river giving birth, and there was a doctor on the north side of the river that couldn't get to the birthing event. And the doctor, she finally found a pilot that could take her across the river and into a field to take care of her patient. And that pilot turned out to be Charles Lindbergh, in the spirit of St. Louis when he was ferrying it to the coast. Like this guy down here has some sheep. Just kept in with a electric fence. Okay, here we are at the treehouse. So I think it is time for a steak. Here we go. Well, okay. That hasn't been cleaned yet this spring, but I know what to do. Okay, first thing that we're going to do is get our board ready. So we're going to take a little bit of butter, a little bit of rosemary, and a little bit of lime. And the first thing we're going to do is just go ahead and chop up this rosemary. Got some really nice fresh rosemary today. Not always easy to do in rural grocery stores, but today we did. So we're going to dice that up. And yeah, the aroma coming off of that is every bit as good as you might imagine. So just a light squeeze of the lime. Okay, that takes care of that. And then 2 tablespoons of butter. So these Coleman stoves are not super powerful, so we're going to let that pan get good and hot before we try to cook on it. Get a little olive oil in there, and then go ahead and put some salt and pepper on the steak itself, and then get a good sear.
Okay, that's coming along really nicely, and that's got about another 2 minutes per side to go because it's such a thick cut, and that should give us a nice medium rare finish. Put it on the board with the toppings. So now we're going to let that rest for about 5 minutes. The butter's going to melt, the rosemary's going to get in there, and we'll be all set. So now we've let it rest for about 5 minutes, and what we're going to do is just trim off a little bit of this excess. Put that over on our aluminum foil, serving double duty there. Split it right down the middle. And yeah, that's a little bit overdone. Maybe not. It's kind of hard to tell in this light. I don't have a great way of washing my hands, but we want to basically just coat the steak with the board sauce. And then take the board sauce and I'm sure somebody has a neater and cleaner way of doing that, but that's my way. So now let's see how this all tastes. Yeah, that's a good steak. The sear was nice and crisp. Got some of that burnt pepper taste in there a little bit. Adds a lot of flavor to the coating. The board sauce itself is obviously delicious. I mean, how can you go wrong with butter and herbs? So that's all I have for you today. Click like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.